I just love how Fridge just like we know Dick Butkus was not a small dude,
I love Dick Buckus.
and Fridge was just like, "Come here, coach, you go with us."
He was not ready for that.
I do apologize, ladies and gentlemen. I've got to get a little better on getting these videos straightened right away. So I do apologize for any lag in time there. But of course, as always, the panel picked up right where I left off, and they were just continuing the conversation, which I do appreciate. Thank you very much. But of course, those clips were from Super Bowl. Wait, that first one was 20, right? February of '86, when my beloved Bears actually won their one and only Super Bowl.
And which Bears would those be, sir?
Those would be the '85 Bears, my friend.
Are those the same '85 Bears you got on Mike Dick about not giving Walter Payton the ball?
Yes. Now, again, that is unfortunately the only blemish on an otherwise perfect season. Is of course, and again, that's another story for another time. We're focusing on the happy here, Mr. Nate. Happy. The Super Bowl is this weekend. This is a joyous time. We're going to get into that. Yes, Delilah, go ahead.
The second clip. That second clip was both happy and sad because we felt hope in that one
in that moment.
And then all of a sudden, Peyton Manning went to work. Man, I can't even hate on that at all. Like, just whoo.
Yeah, but
we had Sexy Rexy. They had literally Hall of Famer Peyton Manning on the other end.
Devin Hester's going in the Hall of Fame, though.
Yes, he is.
I hope so.
Yes,
yeah, I really hope he is. Yeah,
I hope so. He's made it past all the ballots or whatever. So.
But to me, one of the other significant things about that Super Bowl playing the Colts in 2007. And I don't think this has been repeated, so you can correct me if I'm wrong. You had two black head coaches coaching against each other in the Super Bowl. First time ever, and I believe the first time.
And the last so far.
And the last time for now, right.
Oh, snap. That was the one where Prince had the concert and the two guys played to coach the football game around the concert. That's the one you're talking about.
Right, correct.
Yeah, that's the one.
That is correct. Prince was playing, and then they decided to break out a football game. So there you go. But yes, so that's why 2007, I think, is just significance-wise, that was great. Is. And also the Bears were playing, like you said, Delilah, after that first opening, which you were like, yes, this is going to be it. We're going to take out Peyton Manning and Tony Dungy. And it didn't happen. But again, two of my favorite highlights of Super Bowls past, yes. Of course, I was a 13-year-old boy with the first Super Bowl all wide-eyed watching with my dad and our friends. It couldn't have been happier. Absolutely, great to see that. With Hester, you just had to appreciate who he was. And again, like they said, I think he's a Hall of Famer. There was no one better at what he did. And I just think you have to recognize that. So let's go around now. You guys have a couple of my favorite moments. And of course, I like to be a gentleman. So I will go ladies first here. Delilah, go ahead and give me some of your favorite Super Bowl moments.
So from the Bears' perspective, it really was that one because that's the one I remember.
Yes.
So, I was only 2.
When the Bears won the first one? When the Bears
won the first one.
When they're only one.
Because even though that was in '86, I didn't turn 3 until June. So I was like 2.5. So so obviously, I rewatched it, obviously, when I got older, right? Like the whole thing and watched all the highlights and was raised by, Bears fans. So of course I knew all the hoopla and stuff, but I didn't actually get to, I don't remember, you know what I mean? Like 2.5. So that moment I remember. But then, I the other one that I remember is the Harbaugh Bowl, right? Because, Jim and John, obviously with Jim being a former Bears, that was kind of cool to see him make it to the Super Bowl. Anytime former Bears in any capacity make it to the Super Bowl, we're like, all right, at least we're there, kind of. So it's always good, so that was fun because it was also, again, I know, obviously I know Nate likes that one because, Ravens won that one, right? The other brother won.
Yes. The older brother of Harbaugh won, I believe, right?
Yes.
John is the older one.
Yeah. And Jim played for the Ravens. Can't forget about that.
He did briefly too. But yeah, no, it's that was fun too. It was also okay, Ravens in San Francisco, right? San Francisco has gone to the Super Bowl countless times. I think they have like 5 Super Bowl wins, right? So it's like,
right in there, yes.
Yeah. So
the years of Joe Montana to Jerry Rice have been very
exactly.
fruitful. So followed up after that with a couple. So
so it was exciting. Like I remember that. Like they were like, it's like the Blackout Bowl, right? Because it's got the 2 brothers pitted against each other. So like, that was fun to watch, and it's just Super Bowl is just a good time. It's hard because obviously my team hasn't gone since 2007. So usually when I watch Super Bowl, it's just like, this is fun.
Maybe. Right. I hear you. Mr. Nathan, how about you, sir? Give me some of your favorite Super Bowl moments.
Well, for me, I'm going to be a little biased. I got to say the 2000 Ravens one, obviously, because, the first 3 years, we were still a baby into the NFL. 3 years into our existence, you win a championship.
Yeah.
No one you can really ask for that 2000. Arguably the best defense. I will say the one would be San Francisco. That was a little emotional because that was, I grew up with Ray Lewis practically, and after the NFL tried to sabotage us from winning by cutting the lights off at the dome. That's a whole other for the day, but. Those 2 are my favorite moments. Jerome Bettis going out at the top. I think the year before they just lost Big Ben, and then wanting to come back, and then being the Arizona Cardinals. That's probably my favorite one too.
Okay. And any particular reason just for that?
Well, Jerome Bettis was always one of my favorite running backs. And,
okay, so there you go, right? The bus.
Particularly because I used to play Madden growing up. He would be a low key a cheat code, and it'd be hard to tackle his big behind.
Yeah.
So,
well, that's true. He was hard to tackle without a cheat code, my friend. But yeah, I got you.
Yeah.
All right. Well, Mr. Handy, how about you, sir? What is some of your football? And again, I only say this because you're more in my age bracket. Am I going to get some, further back memories here, or what do we?
Well, I'm going to start. I'm going to start right at the turn of the century.
Mm-hmm.
Everybody had just gotten by realizing that Y2K wasn't a thing, and there were these 2 teams playing, and it all came down to one play. I'm going to see if I can get this to work here.
Uh-oh. I think I know which one you're talking about.
It all came down to one play. Is it going to play? Why won't you play? It doesn't want to play. That's not cool. Anyway, it all came down to one play. 4th quarter, 6 seconds left on the clock. Air McNair, short dump pass, and of course, say my name, Mike who? Mike Jones comes up with the 1-yard stop. I had the video ready to play. It just won't play, and I'm very frustrated about it because I wanted to show it. But
we all know where you were going with that one when you said that. So yeah.
Yeah, that is quite possibly my favorite. That's my second favorite.
Okay.
My first favorite moment is the completion of the second quarter of Super Bowl 51 for obvious reasons because we were still winning. And Tom Brady had not had not gone Super Saiyan on us yet.
Right.
And I can't remember what Super Bowl it was, but you being older, you like me remember the classic Super Bowl matchup. There was always Dallas and Pittsburgh. That was a classic
70s, my friend. Yeah, those were the good ones.
Classic Super Bowl matchups. I think they played each other a total of 3 times?
Yes, I believe that's correct.
And I wasn't a team like the Falcons were still my favorite team, but I was a huge Franco Harris fan, and I wanted the Steelers to win. It's back in the pocket. They're like on the 3-yard line, and Jackie Smith, I want to say, drops the pass wide open in the end zone, just falls through his hands, and he just hands on his head. Those are my all-time 3 favorite Super Bowl moments.
Awesome. Oh, yeah. Like, it's funny because if I had to pick another one that was, again, I watch the Super Bowl every year, and I do try to find a rooting interest in somebody. I think another one that was fun, even though they didn't win, but your Dirty Birds, the Falcons, the year they played the Broncos.
Mm-hmm.
I definitely enjoyed that Super Bowl. I was rooting.
Yeah, I was too, man. But we went into that. I honestly, we went into that game knowing that it's John Elway.
Yeah.
And
right.
we had it was John Elway, and at that point, John Elway was the precursor to Peyton Manning was the precursor to
right.
You know,
Yeah,
we knew it was John Elway. Jamal Anderson had tweaked his leg or something like that, and then Eugene Robinson went downtown and tried to buy something you ain't supposed to buy and got arrested. So
I remember that.
Yeah. So we got our quarterback was nothing really special. I think it was Chris Chandler. Was that our quarterback back then?
I believe Chris Chandler was the quarterback at that time. Yes.
And so our quarterback was nothing special. Our league leading MVP stat running back had a tweaked leg, and our leading wide receiver got arrested, and the other wide receiver girlfriend had burned his house down. So.
Not Andre Rison, right?
Yeah, rest in peace to Left Eye. But we had a whole bunch of controversy going in. We needed everything to beat them, and we didn't have it. So it was like, I just hope we don't get beaten too badly. The first half was a whole lot of woo, yeah, all right. And this was before the days of Rise Up, because that hadn't even become the slogan yet. Dirty Birds, we yelling Dirty Birds, and then by the third quarter, we were just like.
More like Angry Birds.
Anybody wanted more of this 7-layer dip?
Yeah. I understand. I understand. I get it. I get it. I watched my team lose too. I get it. I understand.
As we all know, along with, of course, these great Super Bowl